Hello and welcome to East Bridgewater's Most Haunted. I am your host, Mike Markowitz. Today I am standing in front of the town hall, which back in the 1800s was home to the Hobart family, a very prominent family of the town's history. On the surface, this building is a bustling center of activity, and it houses many town offices as well as the police station. Many of us have already been here to either pull a permit, pay taxes, or even get a dog license. But when all this activity settles down and it gets quiet, some odd occurrences have been noticed by the employees. An elevator that's empty that seems to rise and fall on its own, computers that turn off and on all by themselves, and the strange sounds coming within the house, a feeling of somebody entering the room when there's no one there. Rumors abound in a small town, so we felt it was time to investigate them. So on one Friday evening, really late, armed with audio equipment and video equipment, we decided to see what was going on here at the Honorable Aaron Hobart's summer estate.
Throughout the years, we've always heard that Honorable Aaron Hobart built the house that is now the town offices. Since we've been thinking about and hearing about the fact that the house might be haunted, we've began to really look into the history of the house more thoroughly. And we found that although Aaron Hobart I, Judge Aaron Hobart, was a very interesting man, he participated in the Congress when they elected John Quincy Adams and met Webster and Lafayette and many of the other famous people of the time. We're not sure that he actually ever lived in the house. The house was built, we know definitely now, by Aaron Hobart Jr. He is buried over here. The story was that whoever built the house did not live long enough to enjoy it. We find that Aaron Hobart Jr. lived to be 81 and died in 1898, so we know that that story is not true. But we have found that his first wife, Ellen, died in 1860 of childbirth and had a stillborn baby boy. So possibly that's where the rumor came, that instead of having it said that the wife did not enjoy the house, they said that Aaron Hobart himself did not. Aaron Hobart that built the house lived there and married again a woman by the name of Agnes McKean Swift. And she was 20 years younger than he was. And they had 4 children, which the one that stayed there was Edward, who was buried in the back row. Edward and Mabel lived there, and Edward lived there until 1938 when he passed away suddenly of a heart attack. As a matter of fact, I might mention that all of the men died of heart troubles. And Mrs. Hobart lived there until 1949. As far as the house being haunted, who knows? The fact that some people feel that a soul does not rest if they leave quickly and don't know where they are. The other thing is, there's a story with Mrs. Hobart that in 1972, she was one of the first ones who ever underwent pure radium. She had cancer of the jaw, and they put pure radium in her jaw in the 40s. And she was disinterred in 1972, and her body was sent to MIT. And in the study at that time, because it was pure radium, they found that her body would be radioactive for 2,000 years. How they determined it is beyond my understanding. But perhaps Mabel is the one that's wandering the halls of the town offices. We don't know.
About my experiences in town hall. I guess the first one was one that actually happened to me one night when I was here all by myself in the office doing some photocopying, and felt a brush of air by me and turned to say to the person, "Hi, George," and there was no one there. So I guess possibly Mrs. Hobart was walking through her parlor at the time, which I believe our office was. I've heard stories of this a door in my office that goes nowhere to a blank wall that used to rattle at different times during the day, and when they used to have the collector's office in there, they would always tap on the door and say, "Thank you, Mrs. Hobart, we'll let you out later." So, and our janitor has experienced the elevator coming up, the door opening, and to his knowledge, no one has gotten off, and it just moves all by itself. He hasn't figured that one out yet, but he usually just says, "Good morning" or "Good evening, Mrs. Hobart," and hopes that makes her happy. That's about all the experiences I know of. I know people have spoken of hearing noises late at night in the third floor, but which used to be the servants' quarters. So. And there was an elevator at one time out in the hallway that Mrs. Hobart used to go from floor to floor, although it's not here anymore, and I'm not quite sure exactly where. Somewhere outside of my office there was an elevator. But those are the experiences that I know of within the town hall.
Here we are at the Hobart House, which is now the town hall. It's known to be possibly haunted by Mrs. Hobart, who has been seen in the areas of the elevators. A lot of people get chills in this building, and we are going to attempt to hopefully contact her today or anybody else who may be visiting, and we'll have to see what we get. We have 2 cameras working, microphones, separate recorders, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up some audios, some EVPs as well. So we're going to start asking some questions and see if we can possibly pick up somebody. Some preliminary recordings did pick up some interesting things, which we have to do the editing to find out what's being spoken, but you can definitely hear some things in here, so we're going to investigate this place and hopefully pick up some good things. So we're going to start. Yeah. Mrs. Hobart, we would like to contact you if you are here. We have different types of equipment here that will record your voice, and we are interested in speaking with you. If you would speak, your voice will be picked up on these instruments. So if you have anything that you'd like to say, if you are here tonight, please do so. If you can concentrate on this microphone here, that microphone in the corner, or the one upstairs. If you speak into those, we will pick you up. Is there anybody else that's here that would like to say something? Some interesting bumps on the computer. Mm-hmm. Interesting registers. I'd like to ask some questions. What year is it for you?